Now it's time to put some shelves in the house. Now shelving has to be done in a certain way again, so we can pick up the recipe. So what we do is we go up here to interiors, and we come down to the little chair. That's interior furniture, and you've got to turn it on. Rightio. I'll just go to our little eye. You'll see interior furniture. We want to put these on our ground floor, so we might just turn that back on. That means all locations are activated. Turn interior furniture off. Then we'll go here. Go to ground floor only. Turn interior furniture on, and make sure our filter here is live, so it can be, we can function with it, use it. Righto. So I just collapse all. Oh, collapse all, not expand all. Righto. Now there's a lot of different things in here that there's just no recipe for, but they are quite handy if you're trying to display something for someone. Say they want to see if the furniture they've got is going to fit into their home. Say this one here, you've got a sofa. You could place that sofa there, and say you said, well, what size is your sofa at home? You can double click on it and it'll give you the size of that sofa, so you can put their particular size in here. If it's a different scale than this one, we'd untick the scale so you could do exact measurements here and here. If scale's on, it means it's going to keep it to the scale that this one's set up at. Okay, so then you could go around and you could set up furniture throughout the house, just show them that there's enough room for what they need in the house and whatnot. Pretty handy in visual display when people are trying to design the house. But that's not what we're doing now. Alright, now we're going to go down here to robe shelving, linen shelving. Okay, so the robe shelving we'll start with. Now the ones with the asterisks again are the ones that are correct. Now you'll see down the side here, I've set them all up in sizes. Now they're all going up in increments of 200, I think it is, yep. They go to 400 down here. But that's the size shelf. We buy them in certain sizes, like a metre. So if there was a shelf, cupboard was 900 wide, well, you'd use the 1 metre shelf, and then you'd resize it in the drawing to suit to the size, to the 900. Again, if there was one 1150, you wouldn't use the metre one, you'd use the 1200. So as soon as it goes over this size or whatever's here, you use the next size up and resize to fit. So we'll get started on it. I'll show you what I mean. So we've got a robe here. So there's two robes here. Now they're both one's 1455, one's 1495. Don't know why that is. It actually should be the same. Why won't it? So it'll be giving me 1475 is what it should be. So 1475. Enter. Right, fix that up. So 1475. You want a robe shelf 1475? Well, 1400 is too small, so we go to 1600 one. Just click it on the page. Finish. Double click it and change it to 1475. 1475. Okay. Rotate it to the side we want. Right click, move, hover over. Oh, ObSnap's got to be on down here. I'll also put ortho on because that'll keep it going in the line we want. So once a round circle clicks, click on it, move it over here, snap it into position. Because this robe's the same as that one, we'll right click, we'll duplicate it, and we'll duplicate over. For some reason today the thing's not working very well, but anyway, we've duplicated it. Usually you'd just move it across, but we'll just, now because we've duplicated it, we'll move it over to here, put it in there. Now the little node wants to be at the back, so we go, we've got the first two shelves in. Other robe is this here's a walk-in robe, so that's going to have shelving around this section. So we'll look here, we've got 2.8, and here we've got 2 meters, so we might get a 2 meter shelf to start off with. So finish, right click, move, do it again. Alright, done. Now because this one's 2.8, we've got to take 450 off 2.8, so that'd be 2.350. So we'll go to our 2.4 shelf, double click it, and we go 2.350 in the length there, equals, and then that's going to fit to where we want it. Now obviously the reason I took 450 off the size of that distance is because this shelf is already 450 wide. Okay, so then we've got that robe shelves, that one, and that's the only robe shelves throughout this house. This is a linen press, this one, so this is going to have linen shelving, which is 4 shelves, rather than robe shelves only worked out as 1 with a hanging rail, and that's what that line is the hanging rail. So this here we've got 1760, so we'll get rid of the robe shelves, and we'll open up the linen shelving. And 1760 we said, so we'll go to the 1800 wide. It shows down here, you can see the shelf that's there, so you can see the 4 shelves. Right click, finish, spin it around, double click, 1760, 60. Okay, now right click, move in position. The next one, well, this may change at the time when you get to use this program, but at the moment I don't actually have pantry shelving put into the catalogue over here, so we're just going to use the linen shelving because it does work out pretty much the same price. So 1379, which is a very odd measurement. Why is that? You would think that it'd be anyway, that's the measurement we've got. So we'll go 1400 shelf, resize it, 1379. Okay, spin it, move. Now, because we're changing the size, we're changing this to the size we want, but it's actually putting the price of 1400 shelf in. Okay, so as you put these in, we know we're getting the price added up in our plan for the finished product. So we got 2255. Now we need to take away 450 from that, so that's going to be 1805. So for 1805, I'm sure we can use an 1800 shelf and just adjust it 5mm. That price will work out fine. So 1805. Okay, spin it around to where we want it. Move it, and that's finished. Okay, so load all those saves. Now we've finished with all the shelves we want in the house, so we've gone around and finished them all up. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put some zero construction lines around the face of the shelf, and this is going to really help us with our next project we've got to do, which is put our floors in. So we'll go back to building, go into walls, go to zero construction lines, pick the zero construction line at the top. Now we just snap it, it'll snap to the points. Go to the next one over here. Whoop, that's not right. Repeat. It needs to find the end of that shelf, which is usually 60mm from the inside of the wall. Here as well. And this one. Until you've finished all your shelving throughout the house. So zoom over here, around the front of the pantry. Alright, finished. Now, this is done for visual purposes, but mainly help us insert our floors. Now, so what we might do is go into a view filter. We'll turn our interior furniture off. And straight away I can still see where the shelves are supposed to be. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll come back in a minute with the next video and we'll show you how to insert floors and where these lines now become relative. Okay.